The drive to make electric vehicles always boils down to the same simple concept. The air around us has been ruthlessly spoiled by the large number of petrol engines in use. Now, what might be most intriguing about that quote was actually its original user, because that quote is over 100 years old, and it comes from what might be a rather familiar name, Ferdinand Porsche. But you might be wondering, Ferdinand Porsche designed petrol-based vehicles, right? Well, that's partly correct. But to explain better, we're gonna have to go back to his younger years, long before his work on the, Tiger I and II tank that Germany used during the 40s. Anyways, young Ferdinand was born in 1875 in Austria-Hungary. Obsessed with technology and electricity, he dove headfirst into his studies. Spending his days helping his father in an auto body shop and taking classes at night, he gathered an understanding of cars and the electricity that fascinated him so much. After turning 18, his father helped connect him with Vienna-based electrical company Biela AG. And there's gonna be a bunch of names in this that I'm probably gonna butcher, so apologies in advance. During his time with Biela AG, Ferdinand managed to produce a copy of the electric wheel hub motor originally patented by American inventor Wellington Adams. Now, with a combination of the wheel hub motors and some batteries, Ferdinand built himself a race car, and supposedly, in 1897, raced the car through Vienna. During this time, he managed to connect with Jacob Lohner, who brought Ferdinand on to design an electric drivetrain for his new joint venture prototype car, the AG Lohner C2 Phaeton. The blue translucent panels were added afterwards to show what the original body panels would have looked like, and the Phaeton used an octagonal electric motor mounted in a rear transaxle setup being powered by a series of lead-acid batteries. Based on the success of the approximately 4 Phaetons that were built, Lohner and Ferdinand formed a joint venture dubbed Lohner Porsche, with a goal of producing electric cars based on Ferdinand's version of the wheel hub motor design. A media flurry led to pre-orders flowing in, with a key order coming from E.W. Hart, a coach builder in the UK. 2 years later, having successfully created a series hybrid car, Ferdinand Porsche personally delivered the car to Hart, but not before taking it to the Paris exhibition. I suppose he really wanted to show the world how cool it was. The original Lohner Porsche hybrid was far from refined, however. Having a battery pack weighing in at 4,000 pounds due to the poor battery technology of the time, the final vehicle weighed in at just under 9,000 pounds. I mean, that's not too far off from the total weight of all of the cars in my shop. Moving forward, Lohner Porsche continued producing vehicles together with the racing spec Lohner Porsche Mixte Hybrid, which dropped the massive battery pack to streamline weight, utilizing a petrol engine to charge a singular battery that ran the electric motors. They also released a much smaller passenger car, the Lohner Porsche Chase model, a 2-seater that ran on a battery pack with 2 wheel hub motors in the front wheels. With the higher cost of ownership associated with electric cars and the advancements in the petrol engine cars, Lohner shifted his focus towards larger scale vehicles and would go on to produce double-decker buses and fire engines using the same wheel hub motor design. Ferdinand went primarily freelance here, designing for multiple companies, and he would go on to contribute heavily to the German war effort after befriending a rather notorious historical figure. He even joined the fan club. After World War II, Ferdinand was imprisoned for crimes alleged by the French government. However, the charges were later disproved, probably because he was guilty of the inhumane treatment of Slavic prisoners, not French prisoners. That wouldn't be the last time somebody got off on a technicality. It wouldn't be until 1948 that Ferdinand would release the first ever Porsche branded car, the Porsche 356, starting the legacy of race cars that stands to this day. Even though he wouldn't live to see it succeed. A stroke in late 1950 would lead to his death in early 1951. So there we have the story of a very polarizing person. A revolutionary mind in his younger years, pushing for a clean energy future. However, Ferdinand Porsche is proof that anyone can fall from grace. Thank you all for watching. Let me know down in the comments what other stories you'd like me to cover. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're a fan of the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Of the electric wheel hub motor originally patented by Beef Wellington.